What's going on, guys? Max here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to completely black out your 5th gen Camaro taillights. So I'm talking about the bezel and actually covering the taillight itself. So without further ado, let's get into it, and I'm going to show you guys my experience with how this goes. As for the parts we're going to be using for this video, the first one is this black bezel that's going to fit right where the factory bezels were, those chrome ones. We're going to be getting rid of those and putting these ones in instead. And the other piece we're going to be using in this video are these black decal vinyl covers that are just going to go right over the taillight itself to hopefully give it that blackout look. So these are the parts we're going to be using for the video. Let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is pop the trunk, and after you've done that, you'll notice that there are these covers right above the taillights with these pins in them. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do, is remove those pins to take that cover off so you actually have access to the taillights. To do this, I started out using a key, so that only took me so far, and that was not the best choice, as you'll see later in the video. But to start out with, I used a key, and again, not the best choice, but it worked a little bit. After realizing that the keys were a terrible choice, I decided to try and use something else. I used these pliers, which actually worked really well. So I was able to pull out the last little holders and take the cover right off. The next thing you're going to want to do is take the bezels out themselves. So I initially try to just push it out. As you can see, that's probably not going to go too well because they are in pretty good. So initially I tried to push them out, and I only got so far, but eventually I decided to use a flathead screwdriver, which worked much better. As you can see, this is how much I could get it out by just using my hands and trying to push the actual bezel out itself. So not much. So this is when I employed the screwdriver, and everything was smooth sailing from there. This is how it looks like with all the bezels out, so pretty dirty. And this is how it looks when I actually cleaned where the bezels were. It looks much better and cleaner. The next thing you want to do is clean the taillights themselves, and then it'll be ready for application of the decals. So now you're actually going to want to take the first decal, spray some water on it, and spray some water on where you're going to put the decal, and go ahead and put it on. After application, I got a microfiber cloth, put a card inside of it, wrapped it up, and then used that as a squeegee. And I was able to get some of the bubbles out using this method, but it wasn't 100%, but it worked out pretty good. This is what it looks like with all the decals on, so it looks pretty good. But I have to mention that off camera, I did use a hairdryer to try to get some of the bubbles out, and it did do a great job. It made it look a lot smoother and a lot better. Finally, the last thing we want to do is put the bezels on, and this is the easiest part of the whole process because these fit right in just as if they were factory. And you want to do this with all 4 of them, and here's what it looks like with them in. And then you just want to put those covers back on and then put the pins in that we took out originally. This is what it looks like with the trunk closed. I think it looks great, makes the car look a lot more aggressive, and I'm going to show you what it's like when I turn the car on. Alright, you guys, there you have it. That's me blacking out my 5th gen Camaro taillights. Hope you guys found the video interesting and like watching the process. I'm going from the stock taillights to the blackout taillights, and hope you guys can use it to maybe do the same thing to your car if you guys like it. If not, it's all good. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to subscribe, and peace.